Hi everyone, I just thought I'd do a quick flip through of the signatures that I made for the 12-month swap in Trashy Junk Journals, and these are the January signatures, and the theme was blue, gold, white and silver. And these are two I made. With swapping with two different ladies. So they're slightly different, but not much. They're made the same way, almost have the same items in them, but some of the items are slightly different. Okay, so we were to make 3 pages. Was 8.5 by 11, divided or folded in 2, which would give us 6 pages all up. Okay, so for my cover, I used a page from a beautiful book. It's just about different buildings in the world, and they're mostly buildings that have got gold in them. So this one here has got the gold sort of spikes, almost like a sun ray. And then I've got some what do you call it, fabric tape here. Okay, and I've stitched in the pages, but I've put this tape here. It's almost like a masking tape. It's a bit stronger, plastic masking tape, to just, sort of give it a bit more strength. Okay, so in here it's got a bit of a fold over and just a little doily with a little flower cut out on it, and it's just stamped and said, what date it was, the swap was for, some lace. And I've turned up the page just to make it fit the sizes we're meant to do. Okay, so this is a bit of cardboard carton. The brief was to use at least 50% recycled items. So it's a tissue napkin on here, and just a little butterfly stuck on. So I've just sort of put it on a hinge here, so it just sort of clips into the pocket. And then I've got some more carton with some glitter card on the front, and I've recycled a flash card. There's ink and ink, it's blue, and then that's the inside of that page. Okay, this is just a piece of 30 GSM or 300 GSM, sorry, cardstock. And on here, these were like, I don't know what you call them, pom-pom type things for Christmas, hanging on strings. So I've just cut them off and stuck them on these things as tabs, and I've put a little sticker on top. And then here I've made a pocket out of a box toffee. I love English toffee, so come Christmas, this is going to be difficult to do one hand. Come Christmas, my daughter always buys me several boxes at one of the big stores here in Myers. Gets them in at Christmas time, so she buys me several boxes of toffee. So I've turned this into, it's got sort of cellophane on here. And these are some brochures from our local area. Just as it's a bit difficult to do one hand. See if I can pull the rest of them out. Okay, so we've got some dolphins. Dolphins swim. There's another one here. Beautiful photo of a dolphin and plenty of water. Again, you can use these to, make into journaling cards or something like that. There's a little brochure, just quite a thick card brochure. Come from the vets. And I love this picture. It says some pets are hard to miss, and they've got this giant-sized doggy. And again, it's got a giant-sized cat on the back. So I thought that'd be really nice. And I've made a little book, little notebook that you can remove and take with you when you go. So the cover is made out of an envelope. There's a little birdie stuck on here. I've reused some, there's a little bit of border left over and I've used that to give this book some strength, or the binding some strength. This one is just held in with elastic. It's not stitched in, it's just held in with an elastic band. So you can take things in or out as you please. The photo is just from a magazine. I've made a belly band here, again with chocolate. I don't eat chocolate, but at Christmas time there's always a lot of chocolate around our house. And this was excellent for the blue and white theme, because it's got the blue, it's got the white, and it's got the gold. And I've put the January calendar for 2008 in there. I've stuck some gold paper on here. As I said, it's a bit hard to do this with one hand. Swap over, sorry about that. On this side I've just got some little rice paper, which is just folded up. And then here we have a card. Again, it's got the gold and the blue. Some plain paper, more rice paper, blue envelope, and then in the blue envelope I put some more flashcards. Just some scrapbooking paper that's got words on here, so you can cut the words or the sentences out if you like. Some plain copy paper. I've done a little bit of stamping on here. Stamp that in silver, but you can't see it. And this is a pocket, and I've stuck some paint chip from the local hardware store here. Just a little paint sample. Again, these are great for putting some paper on the back for journaling. And I said all these pages can come out, or you can add some more in if you want to carry it around with it. So that was just some scrapbooking paper. This is a page from a magazine, and this is the centre, and again it's got a really quirky drawing in there and plenty of places for journaling. And then of course the other side of it is just similar. And some stamping, little envelope here, little pocket, just got a vintage card here, and then just a little tag with butterfly stamped on it. Sorry if this makes you dizzy, it's very hard, as I said. And then I've just folded over this piece of scrapbooking paper and stamped on the inside. The other side of that scrapbooking paper. The other side of the envelope with another blue flashcard. Some more plain paper. This one's rice paper, yep. Other side of the card, it's just been stamped in the corner. And then on the back here, I've just taped a vintage photo just to cover the folded over edges of the envelope. And inside it's just a piece of cardboard from a packaging. Okay, so that was in the pocket. And then here in the book I've got some postcards held on by a paper clip, and in the there's a little pocket here. I've got some brads in here to keep that fold over. So there's some nice vintage postcard, and some near our local area. We live on the Mornington Peninsula, which is right down the bottom end of Australia, and we have the bay on both sides of the bottom end, obviously. We live on the western port side, but the other side is quite close, a 20-minute drive. You can't really go much further past where we live, or you're in the ocean. Just again using those little pom-pom things, serviettes, and I've put a rub-on this serviette here. An envelope with a ballerina cutout, and in this is a piece of canvas that I've this is my design, and I've just printed it out on canvas. And then we've just got some This here is just some blue and white little blue flower writing paper, some colouring in, and some blue pages from a very old cookbook. And these are just sections that was at the back. So this is a section on stains, and I've just held the both pages together with the same blue and white plastic tape that was on the back of the notebook. So that just goes in there, and then I've just made a little flap here so you can stick something on the flap. This has been stamped, and this is a little pocket. I'm not going to take it out to show you because it's very hard to do, fold the back of one hand, but basically one page which you fold up in 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 again, and then you stick the middle panel on the back page, and then you can fold the rest of it up into being a pocket. And when you open it out, I can probably open it out one-handed, let's see, yep, without tearing it, you end up with a whole page to journal on. Now I've left this one as it is. In the other book I've actually stuck some lined paper on the inside because the back side wasn't, the back half of it wasn't really good for journaling. But this one's got plenty of room for journaling, and it's a nice little thing there. So then you can just fold that up, slip that back in there when you've got two hands. There's stamping. That's the other side of that canvas. The other side of the tissues. So the graphic paper, I've put a big stamp on it here. I've stuck some sheets in here just to write on. There's a few there. And there's another envelope. And I think there's just some flashcards here. Yep, some flashcards. And a vintage photo. Some ladies boxing. And just flips across. Seems a lot more than 3 pages, isn't it? But it isn't. Flip this across. Now, at the back here, I've made another belly band. This is from part of an ice cream container, or ice cream package. And in here, I have put this is from a carton, or the other side of this carton, and I've just stuck a little blue puzzle piece on there as a tab. So you can, on here, beautiful butterfly on here, another journaling card made from these are just some handouts advertising, I think it's volunteer programs or something. It's got a magnet on the back, so they send them to you in the mail, and you mean to stick them on your fridge, obviously, but I use them to make journaling cards. And then in here is a little blue bag with some goodies. I'm not going to open that, it's just got some goodies in there. And here I've made another little notebook. This is just a little accordion type notebook. This is some brown paper. What do you ladies call craft paper? So it's just got some pages, the craft paper, back and front. And just a little saying, every day is a fresh start, and just ties with a ribbon. And again, we've got the lace on the fold over bit here. And this is a picture from a children's book, and I've made that the card with the information about myself. And another flash card. And then I've just sewn a little flower and some lace, stuck on some little beading here, and put a piece of twill through the middle. And this is where the signature was sewn in. I have just brought the ribbon down and just stuck 2 fabric butterflies together, just so to keep the ribbon going. So the other one is fairly simple. I'll just move these out of the way. The only thing that's really much different is the paper is a different picture, obviously. It's got a gold tag in here instead of a silver one. And the book is slightly different. It's once again made out of a recycled envelope. I'll just pull it out. but it's slightly bigger and it's slightly different on the inside. But other than that, much the same. And again, I've just stuck some of this plastic tape on the back to reinforce it, and this one's got a little clock instead of a bird on there, and a little tag, and some washi tape down the side here. And again, it's pretty much the same on the inside. Slightly different postcards, but again, same. It's got a little gold fairy. Pretty similar stuff in the pockets. Another, just a different page here. This is not turning because I've got a paper clip here somewhere. Not sure where, and I can't find it with one hand. It's very awkward, isn't it? Okay. Just get that out of the way for a start. That's better. There's so much in here. Okay. And slightly different rub-on on the back. Different stamp. Otherwise, as I said, it's exactly the same layout. Cards, and again card, and another little book here. Okay, and back cover. Thank you for watching. I hope they enjoy them. Bye.